Welcome back to the channel. If you're looking for some good games for cheap, then you are in the right place. Because for today's video, I've gathered a bunch of awesome games on the eShop for you that can be had for just $5 and under. The classic Taito arcade game is back in the modern era in ARKANOID Eternal Battle for the Switch. Included with the game are 4 main modes. There's the new Neo mode, which is a modern take of the classic game, plus a retro mode to relive that classic arcade feel, a versus mode with up to 4-player local and online multiplayer play, and the Eternal Battle mode, a 25-player mode via online play that's pretty insane. It's only $2.99 on the eShop, a return of its all-time low pricing, which is a must-get at that price for those that love arcade games. Mr. Driller DrillLand on Switch is a remaster of a GameCube game that we did not get in the West back in the day. It was a Japan exclusive. It's a shame that we didn't get it back then, because honestly, it's arguably one of the best, if not the best game in the Mr. Driller series. This game introduced multiple gameplay modes beyond the main mode, including lots of multiplayer modes, making it an excellent multiplayer party game in addition to a great puzzle game. The remaster here includes new HD visuals, multiplayer online options for the modes that support it, and a casual mode option. It's only $4.79, which is honestly a steal for such a good puzzle game. Harmony's Odyssey is a 3D adventure puzzle game that has you solving diorama-based puzzles. If you ever played Captain's Toad Treasure Tracker before, then you'll notice a little bit of familiarity with the diorama concept, as you often have to move and rotate the stages to search and find things, kinda like that game, or to move parts around like some 3D slide puzzle. The big difference between the two games is obviously Captain Toad is an action game, while Harmony's Odyssey really isn't, at least for the core game mode. Still though, it's a nice chill game that for those who love cozy games will enjoy a lot. It's on sale for $4.49, a brand new low price for it on the eShop. I love Lost in Random. It is a treat of a game. Its visual style reminds me of the stop-motion animation classics like Nightmare Before Christmas and Corpse Bride, with its twisted, gothic look that I adore. The plot of the game has you following the character even as she attempts to save her sister by traveling the twisted lands of the Kingdom of Random. Beyond the visual style, the gameplay is nice too. It's an adventure game with combat elements. Between the exploration and interacting with the cast of characters, you'll need to assemble a deck of cards that allows you to perform actions to help you attack, defend, and more in battle, given that you're able to roll the appropriate number that you need with her companion called Dicey. It's a nice, unique game for the Switch, and it's totally worth getting for just $2.99. In Unravel 2, you create your own Yarny, a yarn creature, and you work together with other Yarnies to overcome obstacles and challenges on your quest. It's a solid adventure in single player, but teaming up with another in local co-op to work together to solve puzzles and such is where the game truly shines. If you're looking for an excellent game to play together with another person, then look no further. This is one of the best ones on Switch. It's on sale for $3.99 until March 5th. The Figment games are some great indie games for the Switch. In the first game, they encounter different emotions and thoughts, and one day, dark thoughts arise, and things start to go crazy, and Dusty and Piper team up to try to chase away the fears and monsters. Even though there is a bit of action to the gameplay, it has a lot of puzzle solving, and it's a bit of a narrative-driven game with a heavy emphasis on music, especially during those awesome boss battles. It's a really nice game, and for just $1.99, basically $2, you're getting a steal of a price for a very polished game. Lunistice is inspired by the 32-bit era of platformers, especially considering with the way the 3D graphics look. That said, the platforming and gameplay is silky smooth and precise, way more than most of the 3D platformers from that era. The gameplay is spot on, with well thought out stages, filled with nooks and crannies of secrets, which help to extend the replayability of the game. You should definitely check out this sweet hidden gem, or at the very least the demo. I'm sure it will surprise you with how good the game is. The game is on sale for just $1 off. Yes, it's only $4. It's not that much of a discount, but it's absolutely worth picking up regardless of a sale or not. Aggelos is a Metroidvania that is pretty comparable to the later Wonder Boy games. It's very similar in gameplay, mechanics, and style. That said, it's a very solid game. It's enjoyable. I had a lot of fun with it, and I appreciate the challenge, especially with the later half of the game. If you're looking for a game that is similar to the later Wonder Boy games, but have played all those already, then check out Aggelos. It'll scratch that itch. It's on sale for $3.74, which is actually the lowest price it's been in a very long time on the eShop. Retro City Rampage is how I'd imagine GTA would be if it was on the NES, just with a bunch of game references. The 8-bit open world game is absolutely fun as heck. There's plenty of game missions, challenges, and more to find as you explore the city and cause a lot of chaos. It's on sale for $4.99 until March 7th. Shakedown Hawaii is largely the successor to Retro City Rampage, just with it being a 16-bit style game compared to the first one. The game is just as much fun as the first one, if not even more so, with plenty of challenges, missions, secrets to find, and things to blow up in the game. It's on sale for $3.99 until March 7th as well. Super Cyborg is a game that, well, let's just call it what it is. It is a Contra clone, but oh man, is it such a great one. There's non-stop run and gun shooting action across the 7 stages with some gigantic boss fights to face off against. It's got a nice retro look with some great pixel art and a good soundtrack too. Finally, there's local co-op play in addition to the single player mode. This game is a treat for those that love this style of game. It's only $2.09 via the latest eShop sale until March 5th. Void Gore is a retro-inspired vertical shoot-'em-up where the goal is to try to last as long as possible against an endless wave of enemies. Each time you play, the levels are randomized, and as you get further in the levels, the challenge increases with the speed and ferocity of the enemy attacks, as well as the overall difficulty. The coins you collect with each playthrough can unlock permanent upgrades to help you last longer against the endless hordes of hell. It's a really simple shooter in concept, but there's no denying how fun the gameplay is as you try to chain enemies for massive point scoring combos. It's a really neat indie shooter that's totally worth picking up for just $1.99. Crisis Wing is a vertical shoot-'em-up that is inspired by the tour plan shooters like the Truxton games or Batsugun. For those who played those games before will right away spot the similarities in the gameplay with this one. That said, it's a fun as heck game and a really solid shoot-'em-up that's worth playing. There's a bunch of game modes to enjoy too, including a 2-player co-op mode. It's a game worth adding to your shoot-'em-up collection, especially at the super cheap price point of just $3.99. Songbird Symphony is truly unique. It's a musical Metroidvania. In this game, you guide the orphaned chick Burb through this charming platform adventure game as he uses the power of music. It's got some beautiful pixel graphics, a great soundtrack, along with some nice gameplay based around the use of music that helps make it stand out from other Metroidvanias out there. It's on sale for $4.24 via the latest eShop sale. While Demon Turf is a nice game, the smaller sequel, Demon Turf Neon Splash, is, in my view, a much stronger game by focusing on what made the first game so good, and that being the awesome platforming. There's 10 well-crafted levels to blast through, plus 10 remixed levels to unlock, as well as additional goals to complete, leaderboards to challenge, and a bunch of modifiers and collectibles to obtain. So yes, even though it is a shorter game, there's a nice amount of gameplay for the price. If you love 3D platformers, then there's no reason not to pick this one up, especially since it's on sale for just $3.49. Root Film is a visual novel-style adventure game that follows Rentaro Yagumo as he becomes a director for a TV show, though things come to a halt when they happen upon a murder during the location scouting process. The story has you following him as he attempts to uncover a mystery, becoming a detective of sorts. You'll need to investigate, as well as face off against suspects to find the truth. Those who love mystery games, or detective games, or maybe stuff like Ace Attorney or so, might want to check this one out. It's only $3.99, 90% off its MSRP price, as well as a brand new low price for it on the eShop. The Persistence is a first-person horror game that includes roguelike elements. Yes, every time you play, the spooky and creepy colony spaceship that you explore has a different layout every time. There'll be different items and gear to collect and upgrade as you deal with the mutated crew that haunts the ship. It's a cool concept, doesn't always work as intended, but I think it's worth picking up for just $2.99. This War of Mine is a survival-style strategy game that has you playing as a group of civilians trying to survive during a war. Players must take care of the civilians' health, mood, and hunger levels, as well as craft things from gathered materials in order to trade, cook food, upgrade the shelter, and heal the civilian survivors. During the game, you're going to need to make some harsh decisions, sometimes involving other civilians, on whether they live or die. It's a good game, if a bit emotional, due to the dark and serious nature of the game. The complete edition on Switch includes the full game, as well as the anniversary update and extra DLC. It's on sale for $1.99 until February 27th. One of my favorite deals is back, that being the Capcom Arcade Stadium and Capcom Arcade Second Stadium 99-cent game sale. This is an excellent way to build your own arcade collection, as you can pick and choose what games you want to get. Now, if you're not familiar with the Capcom Arcade Stadiums, I'll get you up to speed real quick. These are apps that allow you to play different arcade games from Capcom's past catalog. For each game within the app, there's a lot of adjustments you can make visually to the games to recreate that retro look or your desired look, as well as be able to adjust dip switch settings for the games, game speed, and even use such things as save states and rewind gameplay too. It's a nice emulator setup that has a lot of options for the player. Now, if you don't intend on buying anything at the moment, at least download each app, because they give you a free arcade game included for each one, allowing you to get a good taste of what to expect. Now, as far as the games go, there's a lot of games to choose from. For the first stadium, there's over 30 games to pick from, including games like Final Fight, Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Cyberbots, Battle Circuit, Giga Wing, and Pro Gear. Capcom's second stadium features over 30 games to choose from as well, and some highlights from that include the Darkstalkers games, Mega Man the Power Battle games, the Street Fighter Alpha series, 3 Wonders, Saturday Night Slam Masters, and Hyper Street Fighter 2 The Anniversary Edition. Just one word of warning, if you look over both lists of games and you find yourself really loving a lot of them and wanting to get a bunch of them, then you might want to wait to buy the game bundles when they go on sale. They usually go for around $15 to $20 each when they go on sale. That said, if you only want some of these games, or you already own them and other collections on the Switch, then going after the 99-cent deal is probably the better option for you. And there you go, a bunch of awesome games for $5 or less. If you appreciate this video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and consider becoming a subscriber and slapping that notification bell. That way you can stay up to date with future videos from this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll catch you on the next video.